Hi, my name is Zena Ellis. I'm a labor delivery nurse and an authorized peanut ball trainer. In this video, I'm going to show you what a peanut ball is, how to care for one, how to size them, and then how to use them on your patients. A peanut ball is a peanut-shaped exercise ball that can be placed in between a laboring patient's legs. This can help the baby come down into the pelvis and get into an ideal position for delivery. Peanut balls come in 4 different sizes through the Aeromat company. They come in 40 centimeters, 50 centimeters, 60 centimeters, and 70 centimeters. The 40 centimeter ball is meant for people that are 5'2" and under, or those that have short legs. The peanut ball that's the 50 centimeter is meant for 5'3" to 5'7", or those with average size legs. And then the peanut ball that's red, or the 60 centimeter ball, is going to be for people that are 5'8" and over, or those with really long legs. The 70 centimeter ball, though, is only for sitting and should not be used in the bed on patients. Just because someone could be a size where maybe they need a 50 centimeter ball doesn't necessarily mean that that is their size. Based on the positioning and the length of their legs, they could actually need a size higher or a size lower. For example, someone who's going to be sitting up in a semi-Fowler's position may need a smaller ball. However, someone who's going to be extending their legs and their back backwards might need a larger ball for a position such as flying cowgirl. On the first day that you get the Aeromat peanut balls, we recommend that they're only inflated to 80%, and then you can inflate them to 100% of the way after 24 hours has passed. Peanut balls are measured either vertically or horizontally from the ground up, depending on the manufacturer. The Aeromat company says that it can be measured from the top of the plug all the way to the middle. Remember to check inflation on peanut balls every 3 to 6 months by doing the measuring technique and also feeling them. Peanut balls should never be used uncovered. Make sure to cover the peanut balls with a sheet, gown, and then a Chucks on top. Peanut balls should be cleaned with manufacturer recommendation disinfectant only. Peanut balls can be cleaned with soap and water, vinegar and water, or any disinfectant that the hospital has. Never use any bleach. Once you're done cleaning the peanut balls, make sure that they are thoroughly dry and then place them inside of a trash bag, and you can even label the trash bag that the peanut ball is clean. Make sure to store peanut balls on a shelf or on a hook in a hanger. Never store them on the ground. Keep them away from the heat and keep them away from sharp objects. Never place a peanut ball in a warmer, as anything over 80 degrees can start to break down the material. There are some contraindications to using a peanut ball. Any past or current pelvis injury, any past or current pubis symphysis injury, a known or suspected DVT, or any issues with the knees, ankles, or legs that could create discomfort by using the peanut ball. Never leave a patient in a position more than an hour. It is recommended that if the baby is OA in a really good position, we should keep them there from anywhere from 30 minutes up to an hour. If the baby is OP or asynclitic, we should be moving the patient in different positions every 20 to 30 minutes. Before we start, how do we know what positions to use? Well, it's based on where baby is positioned within the pelvis. There's the false pelvis, which is on top, and then the true pelvis, which is actually what we're going to be referring to for the rest of the video. The pelvis is divided between the inlet, which is going to be this top position, -2, -3, and -4 station. The mid pelvis, which is going to be more in here, that's going to be that -1, 0, and +1 station. And then the outlet, which is going to be this region, +2, +3, and +4. For the inlet position, this baby is not engaged. This is -2, -3, and higher. This baby's probably volatile and hasn't been coming down. In order to open this part of the pelvis, we need to create external rotation of the femurs, which is going to actually open the hips up this way. Next, if the baby is within the mid-pelvis region, this is going to be anywhere from -1 to +1. This is going to be a little bit lower into the hips. This part of the pelvis is actually widest diagonally. So we're going to create something that is asymmetrical or parallel. So the femurs can be more straight on, or one can be externally rotated and one can be internally rotated, which is going to twist it and open it diagonally. Lastly, if the baby is within the outlet, this baby is within +2, +3, and +4. This patient is probably complete or 9 centimeters and ready to push. In order to open the pelvis this way, we need to create internal rotation of the femurs, which is actually going to be rotating them internally like this, or if you've ever heard the knees together. The knees don't actually have to touch and be together. They can just be internally rotated with the knees in and the heels out. This is going to flare the outlet and open it back here. So the very first position we're going to do is the semi-sitting lunge. This is my friend Haley. She's currently pregnant and she's also 5'7". So we're going to work with mainly the blue and the red ball. The semi-sitting lunge tends to size down a little bit, so that's why we're going to go with this ball. So for this leg, yep, we're going to have it out. This leg, I'm going to lift it up. We're going to go on top of the peanut ball here, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of an external rotation up here, and then having her heel touch the ball here. This is really to get that baby engaged into the pelvis. This is when they are -2, -3, and maybe they're just relaxing in the bed. So for this next position, we're going to do the flying cowgirl. This one is a great one. It's kind of a sideways variation of a Walters. So for this position, I'm going to be using the 60 centimeter ball because Haley's pretty tall, but she also has a longer leg to torso ratio. So I'm going to have Haley turn onto her side. Have her turn that way. And I'm going to have you bump your hips forward a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to have you open your legs. We're going to put this all the way in between, and I'm going to actually pull your legs all the way back, just like that. And then for this position, we can put a rolled towel under here to kind of hold it up and balance it. But she looks really good. She's got the hips arched forward. She's got the legs nice and wide. And this is really just going to let that baby come down into the pelvis. In this position, we're going to be doing the straddling position. So on here, Haley is straddling the 70 centimeter ball. This is the only ball you should be sitting on, and this ball shouldn't be used in the bed. But Haley is sitting on the ball, she's leaning forward. This has a real advantage because her knees can be inward and create an internal rotation, and she could be leaning forward. And this could be, you know, she's at that 8-9 centimeters transitioning. She could also have her legs out, the knees out with the heels in and be more externally rotated. And in this position, she's also in a spot where I could provide hip pressure, counter pressure on the back, or even some kind of therapeutic massage for her while she's leaning on the ball in labor. So for this next position, we're going to be showing the side lying and then the side lying parallel. I'm also going to be showing the right and the wrong size peanut ball in this position. So Haley's currently laying on her side. I'm going to just toss this peanut ball under here. This is what you'd see with someone who recently just got an epidural. Throw this peanut ball. This looks pretty good. I might have to put a pillow here to support her ankle, and then use some towels here to support the ball. For the side lying parallel, I'm still going to have Haley laying on her side, completely on the side, not half laying back. I'm going to have her lift her leg here. We're just going to put it just like this. And we'll kind of relax her leg up here. But in this position, we're opening the mid-pelvis. The knees are both parallel. The one on the bed is also parallel. And this is really good for getting the baby to turn, or if that baby is in that -1, 0, or +1 station. I'm going to show you the wrong size peanut balls. So this ball is way too small for her, and you can tell because of how much of her leg is really overhanging the ball right here. This is not comfortable. You also don't want any issues. This also just isn't going to open her pelvis very effectively and get that baby down. And then I'll show you too big of a size that's going to create a little bit of hyperextension within the hips. So this ball, which is almost the right size, but the way that her leg is just coming way too far up here, and it's actually having to rotate to support this hip or support the ankle. So it's just a hair too big for her. If she was maybe 2 inches taller, this would be her right size. We're going to be doing the side lying lunge. It's also called Texas roll, runners, or the bear crawl. So Haley's laying on her side. I'm going to come over here and place the peanut ball way up here and have her kick her leg up and have her rotate almost onto her belly. This bottom leg is going to be straight with this leg nice and up here, nice and supported. And hopefully this will get an OP baby to turn, flex their head, and come back down into the pelvis. This next position is called the tuck position. This is really great for the mid-pelvis and even the outlet. You can even push in this position. So I'm going to have Haley here on her side. We're going to lift her legs up and actually use this red ball here to really get a nice wide open pelvis. And then I'm going to have her pull all the way up and kick this bottom leg as close to her chest as possible. Perfect. So then in this position, you can see that she's holding the ball, snuggling the ball. And then even from this position over here, this side, you're able to see a nice wide open outlet. For this next position, we're going to be doing the fire hydrant. Haley's going to be on all hands and knees right here, all fours, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to have her lift her leg up and put it on the ball as if she were a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. That's where the name came from. So in this position, it's going to be similar to the bear crawl. She's got mid-pelvis here, and then you can even put another peanut ball up here for her to lean on and hold to help stabilize this position. So for this next position, we're going to be doing the forward leaning position. I don't currently have a labor and delivery bed, but this can still be used on a regular bed. So I'm going to grab this red ball here, and I'm going to put it up here for Haley to lean on. And on this position, you're going to have really that belly hanging. You're going to have the knees straight and nice and parallel, just like this, and she's able to relax in this position. If you had a labor bed, you could drop the foot of the bed here and make the lean more aggressive, but this ball is larger, so it's giving that same effect there. In this position, we're going to be doing the knees together, heels out position. This is great for the outlet, and this can be used to labor your patient down and just relaxing once they've gotten an epidural and just trying to get that baby to come down to a +2, +3 station. So I'm going to have Haley be on her side like this. I'm going to have the calves open, and that's where I'm going to put the peanut ball, but I'm actually going to have her knees just relaxing forward, almost touching. And there's going to be this space here that you can fill with a pillow, or you can use a towel or a rebozo of some sort, but she can relax forward like this, and you could put towels here to support the ball further. So this last position, I'm going to be showing the tuck pushing position. So we're going to go back to the tucking position, and we're going to show two variations. So I'm going to have Haley lift her leg here. I'm going to get her leg up here. I'm going to pull the legs all the way up with that bottom leg almost touching. And she's either going to be holding the ball like this, pushing and really opening the outlet right here, or she can be holding from the top and doing a top-down pushing just like that in this extreme tuck, and it really just opens nice and wide down here. This position is called the park bench. Haley is sitting on the ball. It's side by side instead of her straddling it. Her knees are out, and she's hanging on to what could be a sheet or a rebozo. It can be thrown over the door or onto a hook. You can also put it onto a squat bar, and this could just really get her that position where her arms are up and really allows that baby to get room and to rotate and get into the pelvis. To find out more information about peanut balls, go to premierbirthtools.com. They have charts that you can get for your unit, and further, they have a book. There's even an ebook so you can put on your phone or your tablet or your computer.